the gentlemen in the UK genuinely wear...
I just had 5 grown-ass men.
I am so fed up with this new generation of men.
Men are lonely right now because women no longer need them for survival.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, women are getting upset because men these days are simply ignoring them. They want to blame us by saying there's a male loneliness epidemic, but the truth is men are done with them. We want you to smash that like button. Let's make this new year the one where we hit 200,000 subscribers. Don't forget to leave a comment. It helps wake up more men. And with that said, let's get started.
Where are the gentlemen in the UK? Genuinely, where are they? Because not an ounce of testosterone has been spotted in the UK in the past 10 years, I swear. Feels like no man wants to be a gentleman these days. I don't get it. I'm not going to say every single man because of course that would be a generalization, but it just feels like men do not want to even try anymore to even be kind human beings, not even interact. I go to the gym pretty much every single day, and most days, men will not hold the door open. They will simply just walk on by, which is fair. If you don't want to look at me, fair enough, I get it, I'm a redhead. To completely ignore me as a human being when I would open the door for anyone, a cat, a mouse, an animal, a male, or a female. Please just open the door, have some respect for other human beings. And tell me why I'm walking down the street, I see a couple walking in this rain, you can hear the rain, and the man has a coat, the woman has just a t-shirt on. He clearly hasn't offered to give her the coat, help her with the bags that she's holding. She's holding 10 bags in this weather. That's not gentlemanly at all, because it does make us feel wanted when a man opens the door, when a man opens the car door, when they do little things like that cost nothing. It's free.
I just had 5 grown-ass men walk by. Grown-ass, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle to carry all of my shit and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs.
Well, contrary to what was written across that screen, I don't believe that there's anything at all wrong with most men. In fact, especially if a person pays attention to what some women post on social media, those gentlemen were doing exactly what a lot of those women have been asking men to do. Leave them alone. Don't approach them, and certainly don't talk to them. So why exactly would they be inclined to help some woman that they don't know, not knowing how exactly she's going to react to having those men approach her?
They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally dropping my umbrella and everything. They just kept on walking.
And I cannot blame them for that, because they had no way of knowing how a strange woman would react to being approached by a strange man. Honestly, it's best that they just played it safe and kept their distance. But a lot of women really want to be treated as equals until they're treated the same way that a lot of men are.
A long time ago, I made a video about a woman who belittled a man just because he was walking near her in a parking lot. She started screaming when the man was simply walking normally. When I see women like the first one complaining that a man doesn't help her, or about the lack of chivalry, it's really just complaining because the man she finds attractive isn't the one approaching her. It's not uncommon for an unattractive man to have a moment of chivalry completely misunderstood, simply because the woman didn't find him attractive. When you're good-looking, it's a compliment. When you're not, it's harassment. But it doesn't stop there. Nowadays, there are women whose egos are through the roof. They pull out their phones to criticize and humiliate a man over anything. People forget about all those videos of women talking about disastrous dates with men, or saying stuff like, go on the worst date of your life with a broke guy, or someone who's not on my level. That's what's going on with men today.
I am so fed up with this new generation of men. They literally don't want to get you no flowers. They don't want to take you on no dates. All they want to do is ask you what you're doing all day long and tell you lies. I'm over it.
Men are lonely right now because women no longer need them for survival, but rather they have to be desired and wanted.
Who exactly thinks that all of these men are as lonely as some women seem to need them to be? Because quite frankly, it's becoming a little suspicious that for the most part, the only ones that we hear about talking about this quote-unquote male loneliness epidemic happens to be mainly women. That is a bit fishy, because from what I have been hearing and seeing, most men, in fact, are not lonely. They might be alone, but that doesn't necessarily make a person lonely. They are, in fact, for the most part, choosing to remain single to avoid the drama and possible toxicity that come with some relationships. And who can blame them after all? But it really seems that some women are really pushing this male loneliness epidemic as almost as if to try to make it true. But just a reminder, repeating something over and over again, it doesn't make it one bit more true.
So unfortunately, right now we live in a society where men are weak. It's why I often talk about masculinity on the show. I'm trying to see what examples men are even following. And I think we all realize now we are facing a crisis. We are facing a crisis of manhood. Not only are men not acting like men in terms of leading their homes responsibly, starting families, making sure that they raise up their children to be strong individuals, but men don't even stand by their words nowadays, right? I remember growing up, my grandfather used to tell me that they could just do deals on a handshake. Well, I'll do this, you'll do that. Shake hands, walk away. And no, just look the man in the eye and know that he meant what he said. You could never do that now. You need contracts, you need lawyers, you need 50,000 pages. And still, after you've signed a 50,000 page lawsuit, it's likely that he might do something to screw you over, him or her, right? Because nobody means what they say anymore. And that's upsetting.
The so-called male loneliness epidemic doesn't torment men nearly as much as it does women. A lot of them reach 25 or even 30 without a real kiss, without a decent date, because men are walking away from the dating scene. Personally, I don't want lonely men. I want strong families led by responsible men. But can you really blame them? The problem is that men got tired of being treated like ATMs or retirement plans. Feminist movements and leftist groups keep pushing anti-male laws. You know what law was recently passed by a left-wing party in Colombia? If you get involved with a single mother and stay in a relationship for years, she can make you pay child support for a kid that's not even yours. In France, it's illegal to get a DNA test on your own kids. You could go to jail. And in Spain, even if you find out the child isn't yours, if you're married, you're still legally responsible. So when you see laws like these, and you realize similar ones will eventually make their way into the US through the same movements, how do you tell a man to get involved with a woman when the odds are so stacked against him?
Women.
Yo, what the fuck happened to men? Masculinity is at an all-time low. Everywhere you look, all you see is soft-ass men with no backbone, no strength, no pride in being men at all. And somewhere along the line, I feel like this feminist movement convinced men that being masculine was toxic. Men were told to tone it down, to be quiet, to stop being too much. And as you can see by looking around, a lot of these men folded. They got soft. They lost that fire. Now, look, I'm not talking about your sexual orientation. That's your business, whatever you decide to do in your bedroom, whoever you decide to do it with. I'm talking about being a man. If you got a Y chromosome, you were built to be strong, to protect, to lead, to stand tall. When shit gets real, you got to be dependent. That's what being a man is. And real masculinity isn't toxic, because a real man doesn't tear people down. He builds people up. He builds his woman up. He creates a space for her where she can feel safe to be soft, where she can flow into her femininity. That's balance. But what do we got now? The women out here being the protectors, the handyman, the strength of the house. While these weak-ass, soft-ass men take a back seat. Man, that's not progress. This is ass backwards. My guy, you're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be capable of unleashing violence if you need to protect what's yours. You're supposed to be raising your sons into strong men and your daughters into confident women who know and see what protection feels like. We need real men again, not these scared-ass, lazy men, the real ones, men who take responsibility, men who protect, men who lead. So, bruh, get out your feelings and step into your purpose. You're a man, so act like it. And remember, tribe, the goal is always to leave people better than we found them, and that starts with men stepping back into their God-given role. My tribe, I love you. You know we drop the hardest truths on Monday. Have a safe day, and I'll see y'all back tomorrow. Namaste.
Women want to be they want to be taken care of. I know this is like super provocative, but like deep down, they want a man to be able to provide for them financially,
Should a man pay on the first date?
100%. Like, what kind of a wuss beta male is splitting the check? But like, who are you? It's like, I'm just sorry. It's I would go into debt and like scrub dishes before a woman paid for it.
I split the check quite a lot.
So I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you. You guys are great. That's incomprehensible to me. I think that's...
To me, I thought it was a great financial decision.
So from your prism, I totally get that. And like, you have really good financial discipline. I'm sorry. Like, I would be so humiliated if I find that to be like the greatest beta male, like humiliation.
To save money?
To like the idea that a woman that you're trying to court. Now, if it's like a friend thing
as a first date, you don't even know if she's like
matter.
The quality.
It does not matter. I'm sorry. By the way, that money you save is not worth the honor that you compromise.
It is such a big deal.
It's a massive deal.
Personally, I've never split the bill in my life. These days, I never go on a first date to some fancy restaurant. I go for coffee or to a small cafe. On the second date, that's when I really make an effort. But like I've said before, a man has to find his own courtship style. Mine is a simple first date and an impressive second one. My mindset on dating is to have fun and enjoy some good food. And I always pay. Financial stability is great, but money is meant to make me feel good. Going on a date with a woman I like and eating something I enjoy makes me feel good. Now, something the first guy said is true. More than weak men, I see useless men. The other day, I saw a guy with a flat tire and the spare in the trunk. He didn't even know how to change it. Men walking around with their heads down, guys who only work and play video games. Even the gym bro culture is dying out. This is honestly concerning. Men used to be hungry to improve and move forward in life. That's why I'm going to share the secret that I'd say saved my life. Reading is the best habit in the world. Because when I read as a man thinketh or man's search for meaning, my life changed. Today, I'm the result of the many books that influenced me, especially Stoicism.
So I used to date this guy. And he... Oh, I don't think I'm ready to talk about that yet.
Dating can be so frustrating. We could be talking to multiple guys, and guess what? End up with no one at the end. Some guys are just not capable of taking the lead of just being like, let's go out, let's do something. Instead, they'd rather just be like, oh, I'll see you there, because they know you're part of this organization or you're part of like this group or whatever that you go on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis. Like, what happened to real men courting women? Like, I want that man. Like, I want my husband to be capable of saying, hey, I want to take you out. Let's go this day. If I say I can't make it that day, be like, okay, what about that day? There's always a way around it, and we can always communicate to make sure to make things happen. And nowadays, guys, if they hear we can't, I'm busy, but like, how about another time? And for them, it's over. Like, it's just like, okay, I'll see you around. Like, what is this?
Stop it. Get some help.
It's tough when you see women like this feeling nauseated just from going on a date with a man and then running to TikTok to humiliate him, when honestly, going out with her could have just as easily been the worst date of his life too. But they always think their presence alone is what matters, when in reality, a lot of them are incredibly boring. On top of that, men's approach to dating has changed because women forced them to change. Back then, men would chase after a woman and approach her, but today, that could get you accused of harassment. Now, they don't even want to go on a coffee date with someone they barely know. These days, instead of going out with someone to see if there's compatibility, women go out with several guys a week. That one guy, he's just another slot in the schedule. And even when he starts to fall for her, she's still talking to a bunch of others. So don't be surprised when women are the ones doing the chasing.
I swear this generation of men is sad, bro. Like, I know y'all part of the generation that came up around their parents where they got together, they're doing stuff. You doing stuff with your cousins, your brothers, all types of stuff. We getting together, we doing shit. These dudes today, man, you can't get niggas to do shit. Like, if it don't involve being around women, drinking, smoking, being at the club or a bar, like, dudes just do not want to do it. But if I say, let's go get a jog in, let's go get a run in, let's go hike, we can rock climb, we can, all these like active activities, they're not having it. I try to get a band of brothers together, have a little brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Little fitness brotherhood. all women hit me up. I said, what is going on, bro? What the fuck? That's what else she need to job. But the men who were supposed to be responsible. Do you know that there's a job to take care of the woman so she
This man is right. These days, I mostly see young men getting together just for recreation or bad habits. Where are the friends who used to meet up for business, for entrepreneurship, to work out, or just to have a real conversation? Men aren't forming true friendships anymore. Now it's all about playing video games and talking to online friends. Back then, a real friend would help you find work, help you with relationships, push you to grow, and keep you from falling into self-destruction. We need that kind of community again. We need the gym bros back, the guys watching games together at sports bars, the cafes where you catch up and make connections. If you're a man, start going to events. That's the closest thing you'll find to building real connections these days. Like I always say, being a man is a gift. A focused man can change his entire life in just 1 year. We need strong men in this country. Men who remember that they are important and they are useful. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. If women ask men not to approach or talk to them, why do they get upset when men stop helping or getting involved? On a first date, should the man always pay, or does it depend on the context and the real intentions of both people? If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support means a lot to us and keeps us motivated to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.